Okay, so this is the handle that's going to get some special treatment today. It is red oak. It is about 21.5 inches long, and I sanded it just roughly to 80 grit just to make sure that it's, you know, relatively smooth. I'm going to rough it up now with this wire brush, and that is to take out the softwood and leave the hardwood just on the surface to give it some texture, and I think it's going to be really cool, especially when we get the ebonizing fluid out. And I'm going to ebonize this whole piece and it will turn black, and then use some embellishing wax to give it that hint of color. It's going to be I think it's going to be really cool, so I'm quite excited for this. There was a guy that asked me about my tool handles that I'd made that were for sale, and he said, do I have a black handle? Well, I don't have a black handle, but I will in a minute. So in slow speed, I don't even know if I need to turn the lathe on actually for this. I could probably do it with the lathe off and just turn it by hand. Maybe that would be, I'm going to do it with the lathe running to start and see how it feels. Now that's giving it some spiral, which I don't want, so I think I'm going to do it by hand, just backwards and forwards like this. Still pretty cool. Okay, so that is all I'm going to do for the ebonizing. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some sandpapers and start sanding it, but it's going to be the finer grits. I don't want to remove all of that texture that I've just created. So I'm going to sand at 320, and if I have to go back to 240, I can do that. Very lightly. And we can sand with the grain as well. But that has opened up the grain really nicely, almost like sandblasting, like I said. And the embellishing waxes will take really nicely to that. They'll take full advantage of that. Okay, so I'm going to clean up the two ends with sandpaper to get them. I want this nice and shiny, and I'm going to get this end as best I can before I part it off, and then I'm going to get the ebonizing fluid on this. Okay, so it's now prepped. I just have to clean this with alcohol and then apply my finish. This is my ebonizing fluid. It is vinegar with a piece of steel wool that I put in it, and I've had this fluid for a long time. I would imagine at least 2 years. It's been sitting in the corner of the shop, so hopefully it's still good. I don't know, we'll certainly try and find out. So I'll clean this with alcohol first, and that will remove any of the grime that's in that grain still. And that will help open it up some more with the removal of that sawdust, any dirt that's in there. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that this stuff will actually corrode your lathe bed if it's not stainless steel. So just cover up your lathe bed when you do this. Just like salt, vinegar is corrosive. It is, after all, an acid. So okay, so now what I'm going to do is start to apply the solution and see what results we get. and that is immediate. Turns black. That's awesome. So now I'm going to have to let this dry before I can put my embellishing waxes on that. So the handle is now ebonized, and the vinegar has affected the copper ferrule a little bit. But what I intend to do anyway is use Yorkshire grit to clean that up and make it shine. Okay, so I'll apply a small amount of Yorkshire grit just onto the ferrule by hand, and then turn that slow speed, and we'll, the usual finish, we'll get the copper nice and clean. Okay, so the copper ferrule is now nice and clean. That's removed any of the effects of the vinegar. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to seal the wood with sanding sealer, just one coat. What I might do first actually is just clean it with alcohol, and then I'm going to put some sanding sealer on it. Okay, so that is now clean, and what I'll do is I'll get some sanding sealer, and that is 50-50 shellac with alcohol. Actually, I don't want to get that on the ferrule either, so I will get some tape on the ferrule. Okay, so I've cleaned this with alcohol. Now what I need to do is just mask off the copper ferrule, because I don't want the sanding sealer on the copper ferrule, because I find that it gums up. Okay, so that's protected from getting sanding sealer on it. Now I'll get a light coat of sanding sealer over the whole thing. Okay, so this is the part I've been looking forward to, applying the Hampshire Sheen bronze embellishing wax to this piece. It has been through the copper wire brush phase to open up some of the softer grain from the original red oak, and then embellished with ebonizing fluid, and now highlighted hopefully with the bronze embellishing wax. So I'm just going to pop this open. And there it is. I'm really liking this colour. So, okay, let's a little bit on the paper towel, and I'm just going to cover the whole thing with a light coat, getting it deep into the grain, so that it highlights those open grain areas. Get it in all the way, make sure it's in there, push it into those open grains. And that is now completely coated in the embellishing wax. What I have to do now is let that dry, let the solvents vap off, so that all that's left on the surface is basically the wax, the coloured wax, and at that point then I can buff it to a beautiful shine. And that will take off the wax from where we don't want it and just leave it in the grain of the wood, which is the effect we're looking for. And then once that's completed, then we can get some, we could use Hampshire Sheen high gloss or microcrystalline wax to finish this piece off. And that's been given some time to go tacky and dry, so now we can just buff that to a shine. think that's pretty cool. It's got some nice areas with the bronze coloration in it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give this some high gloss, Hampshire sheen high gloss, and some microcrystalline wax. Tool handle for a Kilian toolbar with the carbide cutters. This one is, like I said, red oak ebonized with the vinegar and wire wool, and it's got the Hampshire sheen bronze finish on it, finished with a kind of crystalline wax stick, and it's got the copper ferrule made from a coupling from the hardware store, from a fitter's coupling, and I'm very happy with it. It turned out very nice. I'm very pleased with it. So check out the photos at the end. If you like, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'd like to take this moment to thank all my new subscribers. I'm nearly at 6,000 now, and that's brilliant. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you've got any comments, questions, or anything you want to say to me, please leave a message below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. So take care now, and I'll see you for the next project video. Okay, and there is one tool handle for a Kilian toolbar with the carbide. Dog barking. Okay, so this is the part that I've been looking forward to on this particular project, is putting the Hampshire oh, okay, 1, 2, 3. I called it hamster. Okay.